Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Rajat Agarwal, and here's what's coming up in today's news. Plans for the Trafalgar Center announced. Couple is wanted for alleged crimes. Erosion concerns for Tasman. Student off on a science adventure. And Central School first to finish in chorus gig competition. It's good news for Nelson as council is to commence work to reopen the Trafalgar Center. The Trafalgar Center was closed late last year and has remained so due to concerns for public safety because parts of the building are not considered safe for a seismic event. Council has also been grappling with an estimated $27 million earthquake strengthening bill. Mayor Rachel Reese said this week that the technical working party that met last month affirmed what council knew, that this is a valuable facility to the Nelson community and council must get on with getting the doors reopened. In May, council assembled a team of leading engineers and architects to re-examine the earthquake-prone issues and to identify solutions, and were positive about finding out cost-effective solutions. The mayor said the center was due to close next month for the northern extension. Instead, council now seeks to progress both the necessary strengthening work and complete the northern extension upgrade work. Mayor Rachel Reese said they're pleased it will be going ahead, although it won't be the same scale as indicated in the long-term plan. She said given the investment that will be required for the center as a whole, a more modest upgrade seemed appropriate. Council is confident that the end result will be an events venue that delivers for the people of Nelson. The mayor said that council wanted to thank the sporting codes and event organizers for their ongoing flexibility and cooperation during the closure. Council feels they now have a way forward that can advance the project in a timely fashion. A project manager will be appointed who will work closely with council until the center is reopened in the shortest time frame possible. The role of project manager will be publicly tenured in the near future. A warrant was issued for their arrest, but the allegation has never been put to Bennett and Wright because they continue to evade arrest. Police say they're aware that the pair has used a number of false identities. The alleged sexual abuse victim knew the couple as Paul and Simone Williams. Police made a public appeal for information about Bennett and Wright in connection with an ongoing investigation on June 7th. A Christchurch helicopter company owner said he contacted Bennett to query him about alleged fake invoices on May 6th. The couple have not been heard from since. Using the alias David Kite, Bennett was contracted by the company to find several helicopters and other parts overseas. It is alleged he fabricated and inflated invoices for items he had supposedly bought and was reimbursed by the company, defrauding the Canterbury Helicopter Company of $250,000. Bennett has the gift of the gab and once, without an appropriate license, talked his way into becoming the helicopter pilot for actor Russell Crowe. The couple have apparently spent time living in Nelson, Wanaka, and Christchurch since 2011. In each location, they lived in fully furnished, high-end rental accommodation and avoided detection. In their last known address in Christchurch, they had told their landlord they were going on holiday early last month and haven't been seen since. Anyone with information on this pair are urged to call police on 546-3840 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800-555-111. A Mainland college student has been selected to attend the World Science Conference in Jerusalem, Israel in August this year. 17-year-old Oliver Surcombe Cohen was amongst the 5 New Zealand secondary school students and accompanying teacher chosen to attend an intensive 5-day program which brings together nearly 300 college pupils from all over the world. The program was initiated by Nobel laureate Professor Roger Comber in collaboration with Hebrew University, the Ministry of Science, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Israel. The participants will have the chance to attend lectures, interact with 20 Nobel laureates, as well as other leading world scientists and other bright young students from 5 continents. Travel costs have been subsidized by Talent School Students Travel, award funded by MBIE. Local MP for Tasman Damien O'Connor spoke to Chrissy Small last week about his concerns on the future of residential living so close to the sea after ongoing erosion problems on coastal land within the Tasman region.
We've got erosion happening around the coastlines in the Tasman area. What's happening with that? Well, how can we stop this from happening, Damien?
Well, I don't think we can stop it, and that's a horrible reality. Of course, there are some places where there's valuable real estate, homes, properties that need some protection, and it's usually hard rock work. There's some debate, particularly around places like Pakawa, whether there should be soft erosion control or hard control. I think the terrible reality is that it's actually we need rocks to protect people. Long term though, obviously building close to the coast is going to be a risk. We've got climate change, we do have sea level rise, we have storms that come in, and it's a really difficult issue for the council. But in the meantime, if you do nothing, then in fact those valuable properties will be lost. The council loses its rating base, and we don't have the time to try and work on more sensible and long-term arrangements to protect our region, really.
What is going to happen to all those low-lying homes when the waters suddenly arrive? Who's going to pay for that?
Well, I think that's something the insurance industry is going to work through, and they'll be giving clear signals to councils, to landowners, to house owners, that if you end up building or investing in a high-risk area, then you're probably unlikely to get insurance cover over the long term, or if you do have it, it will be very expensive. Look, there are some harsh realities we're facing around the world, but especially in New Zealand, where we've got so much coastline, that it's just high risk to be near the coast. And as much as we love looking out over the ocean, particularly in a region like Tasman, there may be some costs incurred in protecting investments, so be cautious when you do invest.
Right. Well, we've got to look at all the reclaimed properties and cities around New Zealand. It's going to be a major problem, isn't it?
It is, and worldwide, if you have a look at places like New York, which is not that much above sea level, if you just try and calculate the billions of dollars there, then we have perhaps less value, but still very important for people if it's their homes, if it's their life savings, if it's their superannuation. It will be at risk if it's close to the coast, and we've got to try and do all we can to protect it, but it will get to the point where we can no longer hold back nature.
Do you have some favorite winter activities you like to do in Nelson? Well, I went out to the streets this week to find out what it was that people were planning to do this winter. What is your favorite thing about winter time in Nelson?
Oh, I like the views. I like the snow on top of the mountains and getting out on a mountain bike and enjoying the scenery, really. It's pretty good.
But it's just so much more mild here.
Crisp, clean air. When it's actually fine, the air is quite beautiful.
Look, you can get some really settled weather in Nelson in the winter. It's nice to get down the Able Tasman with some calm weather. You tend to get more calm seas.
I love the vibrancy of the music festivals and the festivals all around, and I like how it's so close to Golden Bay. Not that I have been in a while, but it's a beautiful place.
Oh, some bathing in the port, yes, and fishing with kids, yeah.
All of the shorebirds on the coast.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like winter, so... Because I get to play basketball.
That we get such lovely bright days. As you can probably hear, I'm from England, and we've got really cold grey days in the winter there. But here, it can be cold, but it can be brilliantly sunny, so it's lovely. Winter's enjoyable here.
Winter time? Oh, just keeping warm.
I guess because we're on holiday, we're just sightseeing, looking around. I love walking the beach, and I absolutely love the cycle paths.
It's warmer than Christchurch.
The weather. Blue skies. Beautiful.
Oh, the nice clear days in the afternoon. You've got to get through the cold of the morning, but that doesn't take that long.
Sun's still shining.
Winter in Nelson is, the morning it's very chilly, but daylight, like this, sunny and usually it's good weather. And so, it's great to have a winter, and also not so many people around, so not so many crowded places. So I think Nelson winter is the best in New Zealand. I'm sure.
In the latest standings, Nelson is still in second place in the National Chorus Gigatown competition to find New Zealand's most active town online. The prize up for grabs is for the winning Gigatown to have access to cheap 1 gigabit internet and a $200,000 development fund to create new business opportunities. The first stage of the competition ends in September, with the top 5 towns advancing to the final, which ends in November. Nelson schools have also been actively taking part in the Gigatown competition through creating short films about their future with ultra-fast broadband. For the winning school across the country, there's a prize of $2,500 worth of technology of the school's choice, plus 10 GoPro video cameras. Canon video cameras will be awarded to the schools that place 2nd through 5th. Up to 300,000 competition Giga points will go to the town the school supports if their film is chosen. Locally in Nelson, the Nelson Central School is first to make a submission in the Gigatown competition for the region. To qualify, each film needs a minimum of 500 views by the 11th of July, so we're helping by putting the call out to Nelsonians to get clicking. Go to our Mainland Television Nelson NZ Facebook page and find the link and watch their entry, which we will show you now.
Nelson's going to be the place to win Gigatown.
Well, of course, classrooms are going to change. Students will probably be able to access the best teachers in the world. You see, some people might think that if they were going to visit a music teacher in Holland and they were in Japan, they'd have to take 4 flights very quickly across the globe, but they wouldn't. I mean, it might be 4 p.m. in New Zealand, 9 a.m. in Nepal, and 6 a.m. in Holland.
Namaste. We are from Nepal. Now we are in global class. It's so good to be in here. Thank you. We're from Double Dutchland, and we're here to meet with our global teacher who's in Holland.
And we're from New Zealand.
Ik ben Rachel.
Namaste. Live streaming will make all this possible, but there's other things to think about too.
Yeah, I want to know that there's going to be a job for me in Nelson when I finish school.
Do you think ultra-fast broadband could make a change to Nelson?
To Nelson or to Cawthron?
To Cawthron.
Well, to Cawthron, we handle lots and lots of data, lots of environmental data, and so systems like this that would enable us to bring in those data at a much faster rate and disperse those data to a wide range of clients that we work with, such as regional councils.
What do you actually do?
Okay, I'm an oceanographer, so I look at what's happening in the marine waters around New Zealand, looking at the transport of water, the temperature, physical properties. I also look at the things that grow in the water.
What have you developed so far?
So what we've developed is a platform that takes satellite data that's collected by NASA satellites, and we just display it on our webpage every day. You see your fingers, wiggle your fingers.
Do you know how the satellites see this stuff?
Yeah, so it's like a big camera basically that's in space that's looking down and taking a photo, but rather than just red, green and blue, it looks at lots of different colours, from infrared through to close to UV light, which is very high energy light. So you can look at individual parts of that and use that to predict what it's seen in the water. So it's really important for the sort of ocean studies that we do. Yep.
Have you ever seen a mermaid?
I haven't seen a mermaid, no. A lot of people are using it for diving, and people that are going to the mountains, they're having a look at what sort of snow might be there before they go. I also generate a lot of my own model data, so on one of my big modelling projects, I might generate a terabyte of data per day.
So ultra fast gigabit broadband would make that get to them faster?
Yeah, exactly.
And Nelson having ultra-fast broadband will attract businesses and make them want to come here.
Totally going to win Gigatown.
Yeah, totally. Wow, we've like got tons of people, I think.
Like room 7.
Yeah, plus all those people and teachers like that we've met all around the world from Twitter.
And Tony from Australia, he sent us all that cool stuff for our research.
It just means that if you can contact someone, maybe visually, or by email, or by any other form, if you can do it instantaneously, the person who sent the message will expect a reply immediately as well. So that's the downside of it. The upside is that if you're working with someone in, say, another school, and you ask them a question, they'll be able to answer it for you instantly.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.